Right then, guys. So I've not long gone in from work. It's very, very late into the Tuesday night. So my reaction is after everybody else has pretty much gone up on YouTube. But with regards to the actual game itself, I think I watched, and I was bearing in mind I was at work and I'm not really supposed to be looking at the game. But when I was at work, I think I probably saw about 15 to 20 minutes, maybe less. From what I did see, it looked a very open game. Where Wimbledon, I thought, really had quite a bit of intent in the latter stages going forward, and had they had better finishing, probably would have won the game. Now, obviously, I didn't watch the whole game, so I can't really give you enough analysis on it. From what I did see of Sunderland, if I had to make comment, it was a bit more sideways passing, and I thought but in saying that, I did think the intent was there. We just lacked that cutting edge in the game, and I do believe had we had had our strongest 11 out, I do think we would have probably beat Wimbledon, but at the same time, it's ifs, buts, and maybes, really. Obviously, the main talking point isn't of the game itself. It's more about whether the game should have been played. For those of you who don't know, basically Sunderland, about just over an hour and a half, maybe about an hour and a half before kickoff, was revealed that 8 players, yes, 8 first-team players, are now having to isolate because one of the players, I think, tested positive for COVID-19 or the coronavirus, and it did, to have that happen so close to the game, I'm not going to lie, it does kind of screw a lot of things up, because I can imagine Lee Johnson would have got into the players, had a plan, had a set 11 in mind, and then you have to change everything. Obviously, I know Sunderland did apparently try to appeal to have the game postponed, but couldn't reach an agreement with the EFL. I think apparently the reason was if Sunderland would have to be investigated, and if the EFL found negligence, on Sunderland's part, then we would have apparently could have been docked points. So make of that what you want, to be honest. Is the result a good one? In normal circumstances, definitely not. It's an awful result. And I'm still not going to say that I'm happy with the result, really. On paper, you could argue there were some players in that team that should have had enough to beat Wimbledon. But at the same time, these aren't normal circumstances. I would say that I will tolerate or accept the result only because of the circumstances that happened beforehand. Bearing in mind, apparently the bench was made up of players who were either injured or involved in the under-23s game the day before the Wimbledon first team game. So I would say that I'm just barely about accepting it. I'm not happy with the result, but I'm not fuming over it either. You know what? You could argue to some extent, given what's happened before the game, given how the team probably would have been patched together at the very last minute, you could argue we did well to get anything out of the game. Now, I don't fully believe or agree with that to an extent, because a lot of the players, have got experience at this league that did start tonight, but obviously they haven't played together before. So, a lot of them haven't played. That particular team, I'd be surprised if that whole start 11 played alongside each other before. So I would say that the result isn't terrible, but it's not good either. It's just meh for me. I'll love you and leave you guys there. Like I said, I know this is probably an awful video, but we'll wait and see what happens with the games coming up now. Really, they probably shouldn't go ahead, certainly for just because of what's happening with the current pandemic and how widespread this virus is and how quickly it can spread as well. So we should really be able to postpone the next couple of games if we have to. But I'll let you guys be your own judges of that, I should say. Love you guys. Take care. Stay safe in these current times, and I'll see you for the next video, whenever that's going to be, whether we're playing any games or not.